Oh, free cake. Wait a minute, something isn't right here. Oh, jeez! What is going on, guys? My name is James, or thanks see ya, and welcome back to your weekly Minecraft snapshot update. Today we're going to be taking a look at Minecraft 13W01A, which is exciting as it is the first snapshot of 2013. So yeah, let's jump in and take a look. Now, this is actually a pretty big snapshot, and it does mainly revolve around Redstone. I remember that the Mojang guys were saying that the Redstone update, which is probably going to be Minecraft 1.5, will contain a lot of changes, additions, and special features relating to Redstone. So there's plenty of them in this particular snapshot, and yeah, I've kind of set up some demonstrations and stuff. Now, I'm not someone that's amazing at Redstone, so to be honest, there's probably a ton of amazing ways that you could use these new features. But yeah, I've just done the very basics. So yeah, where shall I start? Well, in terms of the Redstone additions, there are plenty of them, and the first one here is called the Trap Chest. Now, this is kind of just like a normal looking chest, however, it has a very slight red thing around the lock there, and what it does is it effectively, when it's opened, emits a very weak redstone signal. So this is basically a chest that could be used for adventure maps. So when you open the chest, the TNT pops up. So yeah, kind of like that. It's just, you know, works on that redstone current. That could be connected to the TNT, that could be connected to pistons, whatever you want really. Now, I have actually tried where possible to give all of the crafting recipes for these. Unfortunately, I spent a lot of time trying to figure some of them out. Some of them I just cannot work out. Other ones I don't think actually exist yet. But yeah, the Trap Chest is one of the crafts that I could not manage to find out. So yeah, moving on to the next one, here we have two examples of weighted pressure plates. Now this is a gold one, and this is an iron one, and they're kind of made just like this in a crafting bench basically, and these are kind of strange because they don't actually work if you jump on them. So a few people have been debating like if these work or not just yet. Effectively what happens is when you actually have some items, they kind of work when you chuck items on them, like that, but they don't work when you jump on them. And the whole thing is, the gold one here, actually, let me just double check this. Yeah, the gold one there is the light pressure plate, and this iron one here is the heavy one. So I'm kind of wondering whether the more items you chuck on them, the more powerful the redstone signal will be. That's kind of up to debate. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but yeah, they kind of work like that. So, moving around to here, I'm going to take a quick break from the redstone things to move over to a brand new ore that has been introduced into the nether. Now, I was going to go into the nether and show you this, but I thought I'd just rig up a little false-looking nether thing here. And the actual ore itself is called quartz, so nether quartz, basically. This is what it looks like in the default texture pack. It's kind of just like little white lines. I'm not too enamored with the look of this. I think it doesn't look as good as it could be, but it gives you a brand new material which is called nether quartz. Now, this can actually be mined with any pickaxe. It does give experience, and this nether quartz here is actually used for a couple of new recipes. I know of one of them, which we're going to take a look at in a second. So yeah, let's carry on. Now, this here is called the hopper. It's kind of like a weird triangular thingy. This is actually a work in progress item, so if you go into the redstone section, it actually just says WIP. There's not even a picture for it yet, but if you put it down on the ground, it looks a bit like this. So what is this for? Well, I've had quite a lot of fun playing around with this one actually. And if you actually right click it, you can open it up, and it has like 5 little slots. Now, as I've said, this is work in progress, so I'm kind of thinking it might be like one of those sorting chests that you have in something like Tekkit. So, for example, you could put an item in, and then it would only take those items and put them into chests. But for now, what they kind of do is just transfer items through. So, for example, here, if I put, you know, these 45 wood planks, the 55 wood planks in there, they start to go down, as you can see. And if I open up the hopper, then it's like adding an item, and it's actually putting it into the chest below. So this is kind of strange. I'm unsure as to the use of this just yet, but it also works if, for example, if I remove this chest, I can like literally throw the items straight in. No, unless I miss the chest. There we go. Oh, for God's sake. Come on. Come on. There we go. So I can actually throw them straight into the hole, and then it will just appear in the chest and start counting up. As I've said, this is work in progress, so it's a little bit strange. But it does actually work with other things. For example, it does take things out of furnaces. And also I thought this was kind of fun. It actually takes stuff out of chests. So if I give this a push, there's a redstone thing in there, and then as soon as it hits the hopper, it takes it out, and it puts this here. Now this is actually another new item that's been added called the block of redstone. This is made much the same as any other block, like an iron ingot block or whatever, or a gold block, and you just basically make it the same way and it will give you a redstone block. But what this does is it effectively acts as a signal block. So when it's pushed into a redstone current, it will complete the circuit. So it's just a very, very basic demonstration, but as you can see, we are missing a section here. So, if I hit this lever, and then it will, push the redstone in, it will complete the circuit, and then it will activate the piston. So, kind of cool. This update for me, well, this snapshot for me, because it's not fully implemented yet, but this spells a lot more customization in terms of redstone, and I think that over time we're going to see a lot more stuff in here. In terms of adventure maps and in terms of just general redstone use, I think that Mojang have kind of started to realize that it's a pretty popular thing to do, and yeah, it's starting to get very developed. So moving on, another new item that has been added is this thing here called the daylight sensor. Now unfortunately this is another item that I could not work out the crafting recipe for, but what I have learned is that depending on the day and the night, it kind of emits a powered signal which can activate blocks. So I mean, the quick demonstration is, obviously it's nighttime now, there's no sunlight around. However, if I go time set day, there you go. So as soon as the daylight comes, it activates the blocks, and then the pistons are raised. Now, it's not an instant thing, so if I go, oop, there we go. If I go time set night, then it will start like sort of glitching out slightly, and then eventually when it goes dark enough, they will come down again. I have had rumors sort of in my little bits of research that when this thing is fully in daylight, it emits a signal sort of a larger size, so it could be some kind of wireless redstone device, but I'm not too sure on that, to be honest. I could not get it working. But yeah, as I've kind of demonstrated, when it goes dark, it will kind of lose power, and then when it goes light, it will give power to blocks. So yeah. Okay, now some more features that have been added. Well, they have actually added these things here called nether bricks. Now, obviously, these are called nether bricks, and these are called nether bricks, so they're going to have to change that. But the way to get these bricks themselves is very simply by smelting netherrack. So it's kind of a nice use for netherrack, really. And it basically means that you no longer have to go and find a nether fortress if you want to have some of the nether brick. So a nice little feature in terms of design there, but it's made exactly the same way as a normal clay brick is made, and it will give you the nether brick. So just a nice little feature there, really. But yeah, finally, what I have to show you is some really, really cool additions to the way that you use items when you're crafting or in your inventory and stuff like that. So, for example, if I open up my crafting bench, I'm going to make myself an iron block here. I grab my ingots like that, and then I right-click, and then I just literally drag my finger over the spaces, and it will put them into the slots for me. So I no longer have to individually click like that to get them. It will do it for me. Alternatively, if I want to harvest all of these and put them into one, I take one of the sort of stacks or whatever, and I double click it, and then it will give me all of my items. So that is really, really cool, and it's just a really easy way now to make things very, very quickly in crafting tables. So once again, I'm kind of not happy with that. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. Double click, oop. Double left click, and then it will add all the items back into your sort of, bar or whatever. So a nice little time-saving device. I have noticed in this snapshot a couple of little glitches, and it's actually with this final item here. I've actually forgot about this up until now. But yeah, I cannot get this thing working. As I've said, I'm not that good with redstone, so I have tried, but it's called a redstone comparator, or something like that. But yeah, it's weird. So what it does is, it looks a bit like this. And if you click it, it pops up a little mini redstone torch here, and then you can pop it back down. I actually know how to make it. It's like this, with 3 clean stone on the bottom, 3 redstone torches like that, and a nether quartz in the middle. So that's the first use for the new ore. But in terms of making it work, I kind of struggled. Although having said that, I found this really weird glitch, and I don't really know why it did it, but I collapsed all this ground whilst trying to play around with that. I don't really know why. Maybe it was because there was water under there or something. It might have been a little glitch or whatever, but Yeah, I'm really struggling to understand what this thing does. I was thinking it might split signals so you can start, moving them away, or it might power blocks up and down. Not too sure. I'm sorry I can't give you too much information about this one, other than how to make it, basically, but I'm sure some of you redstone gurus can make that work a bit better than me. So, yeah, that is it for this snapshot. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. As always is the way with these things. I mean, I play around with this for about an hour or so before I do this spotlight, but people discover new things all the time, so if there is anything that I've missed out from this snapshot, please feel free to leave a comment below and I will add it if it's significant to the description so that people who find the video can get a bit more information about it. But yeah, just kind of cool really, and lots of redstone stuff. So yeah, incidentally, if this is the first time you've ever seen any of my videos, my name is James, or ThanksSeeya, and I like to do these snapshot things every week when they come out and try and keep everyone as up to date as possible. I also do a lot of other videos like mod spotlights, songs, and parodies, so if you would like to see some more from me, it would be amazing if you consider subscribing or checking out some more videos. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, happy Minecrafting, and I'll see you very soon. So yeah, as always, it's been a pleasure, thanks, and see ya.